Virus has made a great impact in the world. But let's start talking about what is COVID-19, or best known as coronavirus. It's a large family of viruses that cause respiratory infections. It was first reported in December 2019 in Wuhan City in China. Some symptoms of coronavirus they are cough, fever or chills, shortness of breath, muscle or body aches, sore throat, new loss of taste or smell, diarrhea, headache, fatigue, nausea or vomiting, congestion or runny noses. In rare cases, may cause it can lead to severe respiratory problems or kidney failure or even death. And how can this be spread? Through droplets into the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Around the world, there are 12,768,307 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 566,654 deaths by the cause of this. But how can it be diagnosed and how can we prevent it? Diagnosis may be difficult because cases of COVID-19 may appear similar to the flu or bad cold. A laboratory test can confirm the diagnosis. Also, we can prevent it by having all the measurements, not being around too many people, disinfecting all the things you bring to your home, and also don't go out of your house too much. How is COVID-19 treated? As of now, there is no specific treatment for the virus. People who become sick from COVID-19 should be treated with supportive measurements. Those that relieve symptoms for severe cases, there may be additional options for treatment, including research, drugs, and therapeutics. Let's talk about food security and the impact that may cause in the world. First of all, food security is the measurement of the availability of food and individuals' ability to access it. Many countries and organizations are mounting a special effort to keep agriculture safely running as an essential business. Markets will supply in affordable and nutritious food, and consumers will be able to access and purchase food despite movement restrictions and income losses. After all, global agriculture markets continue to remain stable as a food trade. The primary risk for food security in the country will be as the coronavirus crisis unfolds, disruptions in food supply chains, other shocks affecting food production, and a loss of incomes and remittances, and creating strong tensions and food security risks in many countries. While working to feed the world, many agricultural workers are unable to lift themselves out of poverty and food insecurity. As the pandemic spreads, the continuing functioning of food supply chains is crucial in preventing a food crisis and reducing the negative impact on the global economy. Coordinating policies responses are needed to support agribusinesses and the livelihoods and working conditions of millions of agricultural workers in line with relevant international labor standards. The Food and Agriculture Organization states that COVID-19 is affecting agriculture in two significant aspects: the supply of and demand for food. These two aspects are directly related to food security, so food security is also at risk. The food supply chain is a network that connects an agriculture system, the farm, basically as an example, with the consumer table, including processes such as manufacturing, packaging, distributing, and storage. Demand implies the willingness and ability of consumers to pay money for a particular good or service during any particular period. The demand for food has decreased due to uncertainty and the reduction of people's spending capacity. although the decrease is still slight. The situation could worse if the pandemic continues for a long time due to reduced income and job losses. These impacts are also being felt by the food and agriculture sector. While the supply of the food has held up well to date, in many countries the measures put in place to contain the spread of the virus are starting to disrupt the supply of agri-food and products to markets and consumers, both within and across borders. The sector is also experiencing a substantial shift in the composition and for some commodities in the level of demand. The pandemic called COVID-19, the disease has a great impact on the actions and activities of humanity. Agriculture is not outside of this impact. Food demand and thus food security are greatly affected due to mobility restrictions, reduced purchasing power, and with a great impact on the most vulnerable population groups. As cases of contagion increase, governments take more drastic measures to stop the spread of the virus, also influencing the global food system. The premise of any measure adopted should be to protect the health and the food security of the population to a detriment of economic growth, although some governments go to the opposite direction.